I am so sick of trend prediction videos.
Trend prediction time.
2026. You may not know that
Here we go, guys.
Skinny jeans are back, Sambas are dead, quiet luxury is over, everyone has a Substack think piece. Go off, King. Ballet flats are ugly, but ballet flats are the shoe of the summer. Someone's announcing the next trend before we've even had the chance to wear the last one, or buy the last one, or even convince ourselves that we liked the last one. I'm exhausted. And I know I'm not the only one. We've officially reached the point where trend prediction has become its own trend. But not many people show their work. I get it, you can't really squeeze that into a 60-second video.
Look, man, I'm an innovator, and I'm not here to sit up and apologize about my ideas.
But people act like they have to hide their process to stay valuable. If you don't show me how you got to the conclusion, it feels like you're just repeating somebody else's take on the matter.
So my dad, he's a neurologist, and you are
You start to feel like an NPC. I'll be honest, I've been gatekeeping. I don't want everyone searching the same things I am on Depop or eBay.
Bruh.
Sorry. I don't want everyone buying the same vintage pieces that I'm hunting down. Look at my closet. Finding things before everyone else does is half the fun. It's like when your favorite brand gets too popular or your favorite restaurant suddenly blows up. It doesn't necessarily make those things bad when they become popular, but it doesn't feel like your special little secret anymore.
Hey, Emma Shipley, your FFA jacket from Morristown, East Tennessee, here in Tokyo, Japan, at Fizz.
In 2016, I was working on social at Urban Outfitters. Before that, I did the same thing at Brandy Melville for 4 years. My job was literally watching what people were responding to. Enough friends, family, coworkers, and honestly, strangers on the internet have asked me how I think about trends. So, against my better judgment, I'm finally going to explain it. Before we get into it, I want to make one quick distinction. There are actually two different charts we're going to use today. This one explains why trends come back, the 20-year trend cycle. And this one helps you figure out where they are in popularity and how that popularity typically spreads. We'll come back to that one in a minute. But first, let's talk about why trends come back. It actually starts with something pretty simple. Eventually, we get bored. Fashion is constantly balancing familiarity and novelty. We always want something that feels fresh. Sometimes fashion responds to that with innovation, something completely new. That's always fun. And other times, it looks backwards. And when it does, there are usually two big reasons why. Number one, a new generation discovers it. Fashion moves in cycles, usually around 20 years. By then, an entirely new generation has grown up. They don't remember the trend the first time, so to them, it doesn't feel old or cringe or weird. It feels new and fresh. James Laver explained this almost 100 years ago. The exact same piece of clothing can look ridiculous or fashionable depending entirely when you see it. The second reason is nostalgia, but maybe not in the way that most people usually talk about it. Sometimes people aren't trying to recreate high school. They're finally being able to participate in that trend from high school. This was all the rage in high school. They're finally buying the things that they couldn't afford or have access to the first time around. The things that had a chokehold on you as a teenager are finally within reach. Trends almost never come back the exact same way though. Ed Hardy and Affliction are a perfect example of this. When I was growing up, Ed Hardy and Affliction meant like reality TV, nightlife, MMA fans, going out. Today, you're just as likely to find it at a Zoomies or a Tilly's, sitting next to skate brands and streetwear. That's kind of how they're viewing it now. And if you grew up in the 2000s, that's probably kind of funny, and it feels strange, because those brands meant something completely different back then. Your skaters weren't really wearing it, or that wasn't the stereotype behind it. And if you're 18, you're probably just seeing the clothes and thinking, cool tiger, cool skull, cool eagle. Not. Once something starts coming back, how do you know if it's actually becoming a trend? That's where this chart comes in, the trend curve, the fashion curve. A lot of trend prediction videos are being made with it right now. It usually starts here, stage one, the if you know, you know. Small group of people discovers or creates something or reinvents a style. Most people haven't noticed it yet. Stage two, then more people start discovering it. It starts showing up on your FYP. Fashion people start talking about it. Stage three, then more people start buying it. Retailers start to pay attention. So then in stage four, more brands start making it, which makes it more accessible so more people can participate. Stage 5, then it feels like everybody has one. Starts to feel a little more cringe. Stage 6, and eventually people start asking, wait, this is definitely cringe now. It's over, right? And might donate it. Every trend looks different. Some trends explode overnight, some peak and disappear. Some spend years in stages 3 and 4. So, how do you actually know where something is on the curve? You look for the signals. But what's a signal? A signal is just an observation, something that makes you stop and think, oh yeah, I have been seeing that. I've been seeing more of that. Or is that back? You keep saving the same outfit to Pinterest without realizing it. Every girl in Bushwick is wearing jorts. Every guy in Dime Square has a Carhartt jacket. Tabby dupes are at retail stores for $40. Or Vogue writes about the same silhouette 3 different times in a month. On their own, they're just observations. But once those same observations keep showing up over and over and over and over again, they're probably worth paying attention to, especially if you're a brand. So where do you actually look? The runway, fashion media, street style, retail, Google Trends, the internet, social media. Every one of those tells you something different. The runway tells you what designers are experimenting with. Fashion media tells you what the industry's talking about. Street style tells you who's wearing it and how they're wearing it. Retail tells you who can participate now and who has access. Google Trends tells you what people are actually searching for. This one I find fascinating because some people might be on the internet saying that they hate something, but they're shopping via Google for it. And the internet tells you how people are interpreting it, how they're responding to it. It's all data science. We got some signal checks for you. One aesthetic making a comeback right now is early 2000s futurism. Chrome, metallic silver, tech wear. It looks like somebody turned a 2003 Apple commercial into a mood board. Personally love. The last time this aesthetic was everywhere, fashion borrowed heavily from technology. The future was the look. And then it's kind of what it looks like now. You start seeing it on the runway, fashion media starts writing about it, similar pieces start showing up at retail stores, and people start searching for it more and more. Around the mid-2000s, fashion got loud. Ed Hardy, True Religion, Diesel, Von Dutch, layering 3 tank tops for absolutely no reason, giant belts, contrast stitching, tiny shrugs, rhinestones on everything. If it could be bedazzled, it probably was. Polo shirts with another polo shirt underneath. That was a vibe. I couldn't afford any of this as a teenager. These brands had an absolute chokehold on my high school, and I went to a big high school. You either had Hollister, Abercrombie, True Religion, Ed Hardy, Juicy Couture, Vera Bradley, or you desperately wanted them. A few years ago, I was at a flea market in Bangkok and found a stack of Ed Hardy trucker hats for like $5 each. I bought them all for the bit. Same with Affliction. My brother wore Affliction growing up, and I thought it was the lamest brand imaginable. But a few years ago, I spent almost a year looking for one that actually fit me. It was a bit. That's usually how I end up dressing. If something has a really specific stereotype attached to it, I kind of want to see if I can wear it differently. I want to see if I can recontextualize it. But then it's really interesting when that thing starts to grow in popularity. Evil doesn't die, just reinvents itself. And then brands start noticing people want them again. It usually takes a while for brands to catch up though. Abercrombie and Hollister are really interesting examples. Both brands spent years reinventing themselves. And it worked. They became relevant to a whole new generation. They got rid of the signature scent, the stores got brighter, the dark cabin aesthetic disappeared. It became a completely different shopping experience. And then something changed. People started getting nostalgic. So now Hollister is doing 2 things at once. The brand's responding to 2 different customers. One customer wants accessibility. That's where Target comes in. I'll get back to that in a second. The other customer wants the archive, the nostalgia, the original experience. That's where the 2000s Vault comes in. About a year ago, Hollister launched a limited edition collection called the 2000s Vault, bringing back pieces inspired by its early 2000s archive, which tells you Hollister was actually paying attention to what people were already looking for. Now back to Target. Yeah, you can buy Hollister at Target now, which feels kind of crazy if you're a millennial. Similarly, Juicy Couture has become something you can find at TJ Maxx, like a lot of it. Zara hired John Galliano to reinterpret its archives, which I'll admit, when I hear the phrase Zara archives, I definitely laugh. But some shoppers are perfectly happy buying the new version. Other shoppers are hunting for the originals though. That's why the resale market keeps growing too. If you found something back here in stage 1 through 3, you're probably hunting for the originals. If you're finding it down here, stages 4 through 6, you're probably just excited to participate. I'm always thinking about what's in stage 1. Which brands, silhouettes, accessories, or styles are starting to show up before everyone else notices. Lately, that's been Dooney & Burke, Vera Bradley, Kathy Van Zeeland, vintage belt buckles, studded statement Western leather belts, to just name a few. I'm mostly finding them in thrift stores and resale apps, like Depop or eBay, where they're still sitting at surprisingly low price points. That's how you know if something's in stage 1. Half the time, you can't even Google what they're called yet. I don't know, maybe I'm completely wrong, or maybe I'm just early. I guess we'll see. And then there's 2016. Bomber jackets, Yeezy boosts, feather tees, the color olive green, army camo. You couldn't escape it. I didn't even like most of it. I never got into Yeezy boosts. I hated feather tees. I could never get myself to wear a band shirt for bands I didn't even listen to. I didn't really like the Alpha Bomber either, the one that was really popular. I like the one now that has the collar, but I wore chokers because I'd already worn them growing up. And I loved Harley and moto jackets long before they were trending because I grew up in a family that rode Harleys and built motorcycles. A lot of this is happening through marketing. King Kylie's back, Supreme's marketing again. Brands are realizing that people miss that era, which was pre-AI, and brands are leaning into that nostalgia. Hard. Wait, should I buy Vans?
Damn, Daniel!
Okay, one last thing. If trends feel like they're moving faster than ever, you're not imagining it. The internet just sped up the conversation around all of them. We see more, we share more, we copy each other faster, which makes everything feel like it's happening all at once. And probably why every other video on your feed is another trend prediction. People ask me all the time, Cait, what's next? The answer is actually really different depending on who you are. If you're a brand, timing really matters. You don't want to start making something too early, but you also don't want to be the last one to it. That's strategy, baby. But if you're just getting dressed in the morning or shopping for a new outfit, girl, just buy what you like. Wear whatever feels good. But if you need help styling it, let me know. Understanding trends shouldn't tell you what to wear. It should give you more context to make your own decisions. I stopped wearing my Sambas when everyone else started wearing Sambas a few years ago. Not because I stopped liking them. I still love them. They're one of the best sneakers out there. They truly deserve the popularity. But I've had them since 7th grade. I played indoor soccer in them. I just have enough clothes that I can choose to wear something else for a while and come back to them later. Don't let me tell you what to wear. You may hate everything you see behind me. Definitely don't let the algorithm tell you what to wear, because next time, we're talking about how the algorithm actually chose your personal style and why so many people have become FYP NPCs. This is Lookbook by Boys Club. I'm Cait Cavell. Like and subscribe.